Back in 1997, Square released a sequel to their massive Final Fantasy franchise exclusive to the Sony PlayStation 1. Taking full advantage of the new console system, they decided to upgrade the art style from 8-bit to full 3D to showcase one of the most epic stories to date. Cause even now, the epic impact that this game had can still be felt in gaming and in the culture itself, as some view this title as the catalyst to the big gaming boom of the 90s. And since its release, they've even attempted to continue the story with a few games and media and film. But that wasn't enough. Fans wanted more. As the years passed, we see the game industry change as remakes and remasters of some of our favorite classic titles come to release. Even Square themselves hinted at the possibility with a tech demo. And then, one fateful E3, we saw the possibility of our return to Midgard. The trailer showcased that Square was not just committed to going back to the title, but was also willing to build the game back from the ground up, even bringing back its original creators and writers to remake this epic tale. It's running on modern day hardware with beautiful graphics, and there's an incredible voice cast leading the crew as we head back to the streets of Midgard to discover the mysteries of this reawakening and the ties that it has with our hero, Soldier First Class, Cloud Strife. Sticking true to its action RPG elements, Square has revamped the turn-based style to go for a more modern-day action experience. And the cutscenes are framed like a Hollywood blockbuster, and graphically it's impressive, with so much attention to detail on the character models and environments, it almost overshadows the original. And while the name Remake might intimidate a lot of new players, Square has still found a way to adapt the original story and sprinkle new elements for both new and old players to still go back and experience it like if it was their first time. And the scale of the enemies and battles along with the new combat system really showcase the possibilities of the franchise stepping away from its turn-based origins. But it doesn't fully abandon it either. You can still go in the options and the settings for those players who want to play like the original but in a more modern sense. And the voice acting and cutscenes transcend the original script, and the previous game was all readed text with low polygon animations, so it was all left to the player's imagination to imagine the epic scale of this story. Now let's leave the past to the side and go off the rails as we visit the city of Midgard again for the first time. Hey, it's your boy Skater V, welcome to the channel as we do a review on Should You Play Final Fantasy VII Remake. And thank you for clicking the video. Please check out my channel. I post reviews every Monday and Friday with different videos sprinkled in between, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Now with that, let's get back to the review. Alright, let's get to the gameplay. Just like the original, you're going to head to the menu where you could go and allocate all the different items that you collect for your character, from different weapons and accessories that you get. They'll all boost your abilities in gameplay. And you collect these items called material that give you special abilities that you can use in your spell casting, like magic and healing.
Halt! Who goes there?
You're up.
The combat system is very similar to the Kingdom Hearts series with a mix of light, heavy, and special attacks to go along. And this choice of combat makes sense for this version of the adaptation because Square has been differentiating from their original turn-based system.
You got this.
Yeah, what he said.
And during combat, you can switch in between the characters while still having control of the whole group as you pick between the menus of the different magic powers and abilities that they all have. And all the characters have strengths and weaknesses when in combat, and special weapons and abilities that you can either unlock or find in the world.
They don't call those things sweepers for nothing. They can wipe out a whole squad in seconds.
Not if you wipe the floor with them first.
You double-crossing!
The original turn-based system made it really difficult to tell between moments of combat scenarios and boss fights, but in this one they allocated to make each one its own special event, with waves forming as they go along throughout the battle. After a battle, you'll gain experience points that you can use to upgrade you and your crew, as well as a cutscene pushing the narrative forward as you try to take down the evil company Shinra, who's been drilling the planet dry and is willing to hide anything to secure its power. And while Cloud and the gang are willing to do anything to protect this city, Shinra is willing to do even more to hide their secrets. And some of the best moments is when the crew thinks that they're right behind their tail, but then Shinra always acts in the most dramatic of fashions. And now to answer the question, should you play? And I say yes. Square has created a remaster that sticks true to the original while still feeling like a standalone title. And while the story may be over 20 years old, I think Square is definitely finding new ways to really intrigue the audience. While there's so many twists and turns that blend from the original and its own thing. And in this title, we'll be traveling through the city of Midgard. Yes, unlike the original, this one's actually divided into different parts. Now, the original did have 3 discs, but this one it seems that we're just going to be following through the city of Midgard as Cloud rediscovers his lost memories, and the ties that he has with the evil company Shinra and their military group, Soldier. Some of the villains and even most minor characters have some great personalities and voice acting behind them. And lackluster moments from the original have been upscaled to a sense like no other, showcasing that Square is willing to leave no stone unturned. And all the moments still feel like they're organic and a fresh twist to the story. And even when it sticks to the original to the T, it still finds new ways to present different points of view to some of the most famous and controversial scenes. They even fully create characters that have either little or minor moments to the original story, and even bringing some fresh characters that are new to the series. Just growing the overall world of Midgard. And there's cameos of some of your favorite characters that appear later in the series. Unfortunately, you can't play as any of them, but it is good to know their acknowledgement in the world. And there's some characters that play a major role in the beginnings of the original series, but it seems like their tale is being held for just a little bit longer. Now let's get to the final verdict. Final Fantasy VII is one of the biggest and most epic tales in gaming. The original spans 3 CDs and over 40 hours of just story content alone. And it seems like Square is going to take their time and pace when it comes to the making of this game. I think it's really going to benefit the series as a whole because it's going to allow players to really embrace and take in all the serious moments that the story has. And I think this is a perfect stepping stone for new players to finally discover what this epic tale is all about. Being ambushed by 8 of the Knights of the Round Frog Table out of 10. The Old Father demands your presence now! How about he demands these hands? Yo, thank you for watching the video. It's your boy Skater V. Please like and share the video. Comment down below. This is the first time you're playing Final Fantasy VII or any of the titles. And if you have before, what's your favorite moment in the game? What are you looking forward and what do you hope Square adds to the next one? If this is your first time here, welcome. I do videos every Monday and Friday with some sprinkle between it. And if you want to catch me in my live streams, head over to twitch.tv/skatervader.com and I'll catch you in chat. Till the next one, I'll see ya. Peace!